Hi, it's Jane Story. I like to think of myself as a golf transformation coach because of the extraordinary changes that take place in my students when they commit to the deep practices and the ancient principles that I'm teaching. Now, I come from outside the golf industry, which for some people is seen as a disadvantage, but for others, I have something very unique to offer. What I have to offer is somebody who can look at the golfer, not just look at the minutiae and all the technical aspects of the golf swing. And because I'm able to look at the golfer from my perspective of having done martial arts and meditation for 3 decades now, I can see things that perhaps a traditional coach might not be able to see. And I'll give you an example. I like to teach my students to have 2 practice swings on the course before they set up to the ball for real and they take their shot. And it's very, very interesting to observe what happens to the golfer in that scenario. And it's always the changes in the golfer that take place before the changes in the swing occur. So my approach is all about focusing on and working with the golfer, not with the swing, the mechanics of the swing. So my example is, you'll do a practice swing. You'll be nice and fluid and easy, languid, effortless. You do another practice swing, maybe 3/4 of the tempo. Again, nice and easy, effortless. You set up to the ball and your swing goes wrong. You shorten the backswing, you might lift the head, perhaps you don't follow through properly, you don't finish, you're not balanced when you finish. So the mainstream approach to fixing that is to go and learn more and more about the technical aspects of the swing. But as I say, I'm looking at the golfer. What's happening to the golfer in that scenario? So what happens in that scenario is easy, fluid, practice swing. There's no pressure because that little white ball's not in front of you. That'll happen once or twice, and then as soon as that little white ball is there, everything changes. It's not the swing that changes, it's you, the golfer, that changes. And what changes is the way that you breathe, where you're breathing from, what you're thinking, the fact that you are thinking about moving now, perhaps. You've got adrenaline going through your body, the muscles have shortened and tightened, your heart rate's accelerated, because now you've got to hit the ball for real. So I would advise you, when you're practicing at the range, don't just go through your swing and practice all the little technical aspects of the swing. Actually try to observe yourself and see what happens. What are the differences in you between when you're practicing your swing and when you're hitting the ball for real? So it's a really good journey, a really good process of observation. And I advise all my students and clients to have a training book and write down your observations and your insights. So for instance, when you have a practice swing, either at the range or even on the course during a competition, there's no pressure on you because you don't have to hit the ball. So therefore your movement is more fluid, it's more effortless. When you set up to the ball to hit the ball for real, then things change. Your mind changes, your biochemistry changes, and because those things change, the body becomes tighter, the muscles shorten and tighten. You can't go to the full extent of your backswing, you shorten the backswing. You don't follow through properly, and so on and so forth. So it's very interesting coming from outside the golf industry because I look at the actual golfer and what's happening to them. And you might want to take this journey in yourself. Look at yourself. What happens? What's happening in you? What's the difference in you in the way that you're breathing? Maybe you're not thinking through the practice swing. And as soon as you set up to the ball, then you start thinking all about the technical aspects and what you should be doing. So it's a really, really interesting process of self-observation. And it's only by awareness that you can really become a champion, or at least be the golfer that you're meant to be and really play golf to your potential. So if you'd like to find out more about me, please head over to janestory.com. That's Jane with a Y and Story with an EY. Or to check out my method, Chi Performance, which I've been teaching and developing for the past 17 years, go to Chi, that's CHI, -performance.com.